Okay, bro, we're going.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to New Ambassadors Theater Company, Friday Night Footlights 8. And it is a play called Irregulars by yours truly, David Adam Gill. We're very happy to have you here on this Friday night. I know you could be spending your time watching a rerun of something, so we're very pleased and happy that you've joined us. Carla Briscoe is the curator and the director of this piece, so I'm going to throw it off to her. Carla, go for it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of David Adam Gill's wonderful play, Irregulars. We have assembled an incredible cast who's given their time and energy to this presentation for the last couple of days. I'm going to start I don't know how this is appearing on your screen, but I'm going to start with the lovely Carolyn Seiff, who is playing Luby. We have Mark Hofmaier playing Christopher. We have Sean Phillips playing Stephen. We have John Peña Griswold playing Jacob. We have the lovely Kim Reinle playing Marjorie. We have Todd Butera playing Roger.
Hi.
And stage directions will be read by David Michael Kirby, who will also be understudying all of the roles in case we have any technical difficulties. If someone gets frozen or drops out, David Michael Kirby will step in and cover for them until they return so that we can keep moving along for the evening. Thank you again for joining us. And I'll add this before we begin, is that this is one of 3 plays that make up David Adam Gill's Fucked Up Family trilogy. This, I will also say, is a very, I was fortunate enough to do a workshop of this piece in 2016, which is 4 years ago, my goodness. And it is a physically driven piece. There's a lot of physical movement. There are a lot of props when it is staged. And we have tried our best using or working with the limitations of this medium to present the play to you while incorporating some of that. So please bear with us as we attempt to do some pretty interesting things while doing this reading. And without further ado, I'm going to hand this over to Mr. David Michael Kirby and get this show on the road. Thank you again.
You know, we have 1 more minute. I'm sorry. And I just want to make sure that we start on time, Carla. So
sure.
So Mark, just quickly, we have a Friday Night Footlights 9 coming up next week. I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but you're so good at that. So why don't you talk a little bit about it?
All right. Next Friday night, number nine, will be a reading of Lillian Hellman's wonderful play, The Little Foxes. It's a great play, and it's really about terrific subjects, you know, greed, avarice, you know, family, you know, dysfunctional families. So if you're game and you've got a strong stomach, and I know you do, tune in next Friday night for The Little Foxes.
Excellent. And hooray, essential workers. Yay.
Hooray, essential workers.
Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Bye. Break legs, guys.
Oh, New Ambassadors Corp. You might try.
Irregulars, or A Fugue for Horns and Piccolos by David Adam Gill. Act 1, Scene 1, the kitchen of a house in the Carroll Gardens neighborhood of Brooklyn. It is a late October evening around 7 p.m. In the background, we hear a television with the volume way up. Roger Piccolo spins on a stool as he reads something on his phone.
Indecorous, coarse, crude. Indecorous, coarse, crude.
His cell phone lights up. It's his wife.
Margie, what's taking so long? They don't sell wine. Yes, I'm sure. Why can't Chris pick it up? I'm not starting. I'm not. But I do think it indecorous of you to keep reminding me all the time when he's the one that
Roger opens the refrigerator and takes out a Bartles and James wine cooler, then puts it back.
There's nothing in Luby's icebox but wine coolers. You should pick up some cold cuts while you're out there too. Ooh, pastrami maybe.
Roger hears something in the front hall.
Hold on, someone's...
Ugh.
I will. I said I will.
Christopher Van Horn enters the kitchen wearing a long camel coat.
It's nothing more torturous than being trapped behind a smoker who walks faster than you.
It's Chris.
Ooh, I'll have to have you fumigated.
No, just Chris. Please don't forget the pastrami.
Where is everybody?
What happened to all the money I just gave you?
Roger glares at Christopher, who exits to the family room. The sound of the television is shut off.
So use the credit card.
Mommy?
Christopher re-enters and, opening the icebox, takes out a Bartles and James and considers it.
What luggage? No, no, if she needs it, she needs it.
Is that my sister? Tell her to get some wine.
Christopher grabs the phone from Roger.
Margie, pick up a case of wine, a nice Pinot Noir.
He lets Roger have the phone back, then returns the bottle to the icebox.
Okay, I'll transfer some money now. Hurry. Where's Stephen?
On his way. Where's my mother?
She's asleep in the front room.
I called her the other night. She was sloshed. Since when is she drinking so much?
Since her birthday.
Leave it to the old girl to take up drinking at 80.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
First time she kicked Daddy out of the house, she took up knitting. We were kids. Made hundreds of animal-shaped things, slippers and hats and things, and tried to sell them.
Margie has an old pair of cat slippers. Luby made those?
They were ugly as sin. She couldn't give them away. We called them animals with acne.
You think she still has any lying around? I mean, those slippers were really terrific.
Christopher opens a bottle of Bartles and James. He sniffs it.
Ugh. She's going to drink herself to death. She could at least do it with a nice Italian red so we could all enjoy it.
I think she's depressed.
Well, she's old. Old people get depressed because they're old.
Christopher sips a Bartles and James. Immediately, his cell phone rings. He checks the caller ID and spits out into the sink.
Jesus.
Is it Stephen?
Stephen? God, no.
Oh. We missed you at the party.
I had a thing. I couldn't get out of it.
Margie told us.
I'm trying to get Peña seen for Scorsese's new film.
Really?
She's tough to put over, though. I got her a dustbuster.
Peña?
No, Mommy. I know she wanted a Dyson, but a dustbuster is much more of a practical gift for somebody of her diminutive stature.
Margie says Devin left the firm.
Margie has a big mouth.
Sorry to hear it.
Don't be.
Okay.
Best thing to ever happen to me.
Good to know.
What?
Nothing.
Christopher's phone beeps.
What's that, a text?
Voicemail.
Go ahead. You gotta,
I don't.
in case it's...
It isn't. So, 80. Wow. You'd have to put me down.
At least you know you have longevity. Both my parents died of cancer by the time I was 9.
I thought they died in a car crash right after you were born.
A plane crash? No, those were my first parents.
First parents?
My birth parents. I was adopted. You knew that.
So, the cancer parents, that doesn't matter?
Mattered to me.
Christopher absentmindedly sips from the bottle of Bartles and James.
Yeah, Christ, that is terrible.
Wasn't so bad. I mean, I went to live with my grandparents, and I always liked them much better anyway. They're the ones who left me the store.
How are things at Rogers Irregulars?
Christopher opens the refrigerator, takes out every bottle of Bartles and James, and tosses them in the trash can.
Non-stop. This is our busy season.
I had no idea.
Christopher's cell phone beeps an alert.
Non-stop. Just today, we got in a whole new collection of... Actually, this might interest you.
I doubt it.
We got in some really beautiful Joseph Abboud suits in today. I can put a few aside if you want to come by and take a look.
I never go to Queens.
The Staten Island store.
God, no.
Paramus?
Now you're just trying to be funny.
They're perfectly good suits and half of what you pay at Saks and Barney's.
Contrary to what you might think, Roger, both my arms are of the same length.
That's not what irregular means. Just take a look, okay?
Seriously, Roger. Thanks, but no thanks.
Okay. God, I'm hungry.
Roger opens the refrigerator and takes out an old jar of olives and struggles to open it. Christopher's cell phone rings. He checks the caller ID.
Jesus. Hello?
Ooh, tell him I saw his commercial again today.
1 second. What?
I saw his 1-800 dentist commercial.
It's not Steven.
Oh.
Disappointed, Roger puts down the olive jar.
He's not the only person who calls me, you know. I'm an agent, for Christ's sakes. You're going to get me into trouble.
They play it all the time on New York 1.
Who? What cats? Well, go home then. I didn't ask you to wait.
It's so exciting to see someone you actually know on TV.
Don't you threaten me, Jacob. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about... No, you did not just hang up on me.
Yeah, I was going to ask him about this gum thing I have.
He's not a real dentist. Hello, Jacob? There, now you're going on vibrate.
Stab myself with a pencil.
He's not a real dentist, Roger. Jesus, he makes one lousy commercial and suddenly he's the toast of the outer boroughs.
Christopher's cell phone starts to vibrate loudly. He puts it in his pocket, which does nothing to muffle the sound.
Now, out of the blue, he announces he's giving up his day job to pursue acting full time.
Well, that's exciting.
No, decidedly not. God knows what could have prompted him.
I mean, isn't it? I mean, don't you think that's exciting?
Well, for one thing, and let me preface this by saying Stephen is the love of my life, the apple of my eye, the man I want to bear my children. He's a terrible actor.
I wouldn't say that.
Horrendous. And he's 45, which is way too old.
45? He doesn't look 45.
Yes, he does, which is too old to start a career as...
Wow. He looks amazing for 45. I mean, wow.
Okay, already. I'm 53.
Oh, you look...
I look what?
Good for your age, too.
Ah, well, I go to the gym.
No, that's, I can tell.
You know, Stephen's not the only one with a horde of young admirers chasing after him, you know. I mean, I have...
Admirers?
A stalker. I met him at the gym. Funny story. I fell asleep in the sauna, and when I woke up, there he was.
Christopher gestures to his groin.
Having a field day.
Chris, please, stop telling me these things.
I'm just trying to bond with you, like Margie's always pushing us to do.
I don't think this is what she had in mind.
Hey, I told you this in confidence. Roger, okay?
Okay.
And anyway, it's nothing. It's more of a mentoring thing. He's an actor.
Roger shakes the olive jar violently, then slams it on the counter in frustration. Marjorie Piccolo, Roger's wife and Christopher's sister, enters all disheveled. Her hair is a mess, she has dirt on her face and is limping. She wears a long coat and carries a bottle of wine in one hand that looks like a balled up black knit scarf in the other.
I just had the most horrific experience. Horrific.
What happened?
Oh, get me a dish towel, quick.
She tosses Christopher the bottle of wine.
Here, open this.
Interesting hairdo, Margie. Flock of birds attack you?
Roger hands her a dish towel.
Wet it. Yes, very funny, Christopher.
Roger hands her the wet towel.
I called you. What happened? Why didn't you pick up?
You didn't.
I did 4 times.
No, you did. Oh, my phone's on silent mode.
Of course, moron. Where is Stephen? Where's Mommy? Why isn't the table set yet? What the hell have you two been up to?
Roger and I have been bonding.
I wouldn't call it that.
Roger, will you please open this bottle before I break it over someone's head?
Where's the rest of the case?
And what about the food? Where's the food?
Oh, you gigantic lush. You went on a binge.
Yeah, Chris. I drank 11 bottles of wine and I ate 5 pounds of cold cuts in 20 minutes. I'm actually dead right now.
Well, that would explain your hair.
Seriously? You're going 53 years old and a head of hair that looks like you visit a boot black instead of a barber?
Margie, can I get a straight answer, please?
It was stolen,
Stolen?
I think.
An entire case?
Margie points to the bottle in Roger's hand.
No.
Margie, my stomach is starting to digest itself.
Look, after I called you, I went to that wine shop on Smith, down by the pizza place that we like.
Oh, Lucali's. Oh, God. Lucali's sounds so good right now.
But they were closed, so I...
Lucali's?
No, the wine shop. So I drove over to the one on Court over by Atlantic, but everybody was double parked outside of Trader Joe's.
You should have gone to Whole Foods. They have a wine section.
No, they don't.
Ours does in Manhattan.
Well, Trader Joe's was closer.
But no wine section.
Ours does in Manhattan. We also have Italy. Do you have Italy?
Why did you have to mention Lucali's?
Are you two for real? Ask me how my day was. Ask me. I spent my entire afternoon chauffeuring our dear darling daughter all over creation because she refuses to learn how to drive. Yet ironically, she wants her independence from us, but she needs me to drive her halfway around the city. Oh, and by the way, she's moving halfway across the world.
Portland is not.
Oh, and she doesn't have a decent set of luggage to exert said independence with. So guess who's footing that bill? Her oppressive mother, that's who. Then the goddamn oil light comes on in my car and I get stuck at the mechanics because it turns out my wheels need alignment. Thank you very much, BQE. So I missed my lunch with Steven, barely made my hair appointment, and a lot of good that did. And that was the best part of my day.
Since when do you have lunch with Steven?
Every Wednesday.
Seriously? Out of everything.
And no one ever thought to invite me?
You wouldn't have come.
It has to be ethnic and it can't be a chain. We take turns choosing.
Wait, you go too? Christ, Margie.
You wouldn't have come.
I just find it odd that Steven's never mentioned it.
Oh, do you mention everything you do to Steven? I didn't think so. Now, where the hell was I?
Trader Joe's double parked.
Right. So after I bought the wine, I drove around forever looking for a parking spot because of the construction on Henry.
Why didn't you park on Baltic?
We always find a spot on Baltic.
Because Baltic is too far away to carry groceries and a freaking case of wine.
Can you please fast forward to the part where the case of wine gets stolen?
Can you please fast forward to the part where you shut the fuck up? So finally, I find a spot on Union.
Praise Jesus.
And I'm getting things out of the trunk.
Can you keep it down, your mother?
When this young guy approaches me, all upset.
Roger looks towards the front room.
I hope you didn't wake her.
He's crying, so I ask him if he needs any help, and he starts telling me about these black cats he's looking for.
Here we go.
Well, and you know me with cats.
He loves cats.
You do?
Ever since I know Margie, she's crazy about cats.
You're turning into mommy.
That's a horrible thing to say. So I asked him where he lives, because cats are smart and they'll return home sooner or later.
Nostomania.
Nosto what?
Nostomania. It's an irresistible compulsion to return home.
Roger's a member of the Word of the Month Club.
I have this app on my new phone and it learns me new word every day and I try to use it in conversation.
It learns you?
I'm trying to improve
Trying to improve his vocabulary.
Nostomania was yesterday's words.
I'm proud of you, hon.
Thanks, hon.
But would you please shut up and let me finish?
Sure.
Where was I?
You asked him where he lived because cats are nostomanic.
Yes.
No, that was Wednesday's word. What are the odds?
So where was Crazy Cat Boy from?
Gravesend.
Yesterday's word was Tiffin.
What the hell? Did the cats hop on the N train?
They weren't his cats.
It means to eat lunch.
Christopher to Margie.
You're kidding.
I know. I would have thought it was some kind of bird.
So I asked him whose cats they are.
A group of cats is called a clouder.
Yeah, he has no idea. Then he starts ranting about how he's afraid some sick people are going to torture them in some occult ritual because, you know, it's so close to Halloween. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Have you really no life at all?
I mean, other than wandering around Brooklyn saving stray cats from satanic hipsters.
But I refrained because I didn't think Dr. Lopez would have approved.
Oh, she called. She needs to reschedule us for Friday afternoon.
Oh, God damn it, Roger, I finally rearranged my schedule for Friday.
You guys still seeing Dr. Dyke?
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Faggot.
Margie.
Well, he started with the homophobic slurs.
Homosexuals can't be homophobic.
Oh, yeah, you're right, Chris. I mean, I've never heard you call anyone a little faggot or a big old dyke disparagingly ever.
I'm allowed to. It's the homo code.
How convenient for you.
Please, 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 please finish your story, Margie, so we can move on to more urgent matters like ordering pizza before Lucali's closes.
Okay, so this guy keeps hounding me, right? And I'm trying my best to explain that I'm late for a memorial dinner for my late father. No, we're not ordering pizza. What are you thinking?
I'm hungry.
I say the cats don't need rescuing, and it's cold and it's dark, and I have people waiting for me in my mother's house because I'm bringing the wine.
And the food.
And he starts screaming, what a hideous person I am, and he hopes I die of cancer.
That's hysterical.
That's terrible.
And I scream at him, my father died of cancer, you little shit.
No, he didn't.
So he shoots back, well, with a daughter like you, he must have deserved
He
it.
died of congestive heart failure.
I go berserk. I grab a bottle of Pinot out of the car and I take off after him. And I almost had him too. I got him just around the neck by his scarf, but he got away.
What a proud moment that almost was for you.
Well, I chased him all around. I got him into that church, you know, the one that got struck by lightning where the guy was killed by the stones falling off the tower.
This is a very dangerous neighborhood.
And I could hear him whimpering behind a pew. So I say, I can wait all night, you little shit. Just try and leave this church alive in my most like satanic voice, which is basically my real voice. I scared the crap out of some old lady in the middle of Vespers. Then I snuck out and I just left him there.
What if he had a gun?
People who run into churches and hide behind pews are usually unarmed.
She didn't know that. You didn't know that.
I'm fine.
Roger, she's fine. No one's gonna fuck with Margie. Look at her. She looks like a rabid dog.
Thanks, Chris.
Oh, you still haven't explained what happened to the rest of the case.
Oh, so I got back to the car, which I left completely open.
What?
The groceries are gone. The wine is gone. All but this bottle I had with me to bludgeon him with. Also, the ashtray full of quarters and your cell phone charger.
Darn it, Margie, that was very poco curante of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm emotionally exhausted. Not to mention, our only daughter is abandoning us for parts unknown. And it's the anniversary of my dear departed father's death.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Roger exits to the front hall.
Just my pride a little and my shins. Oh, God. Now, will someone open this goddamn bottle of wine? Where did I put it?
Margie holds up the bottle and corkscrew.
Roger, where'd he go?
Give it to me if you want something done.
Christopher takes them and tries to uncork the bottle, but the screw won't puncture the top. Margie notices the olive jar on the counter and takes it up.
Ooh, olives.
Dear Lord, say it isn't so.
Disgusted, Christopher twists off the bottle cap.
Screw cap, Marjorie. How very déclassé.
Well, you don't have to have any, so.
No, I'll condescend.
Christopher pours himself a large glass. Margie opens the olive jar and downs a few. Roger enters.
Margie, where's the car parked?
It's on Baltic, but
All right, I'm gonna go check on it.
no, it's fine, hon. It's fine. The car's fine. Just please pour us all a glass of wine and let's forget about this whole horrendous thing.
Margie pops the last olive into her mouth.
Hon, those were my olives.
Margie spits it into her hand and offers it to Roger.
And you.
Where is Stephen?
You are a heroic little bottle of Pinot. Yes, you are. And I'm going to savor you. Yes, I am.
He would have had some sympathy for me. He's way nicer than either of you.
That's true. I'm better looking.
Stephen, show up on time. Might as well ask Margie to go 5 minutes without cursing like a sailor.
Blow me, Chris.
Oh, we should order pizza and Stephen can pick it up on his way from the station.
Oh, and tell him to pick up another case of wine. Lord knows we're going to need it.
Why can't he do both?
Well, there's that wine shop right outside of the Bergen stop, you know, where they have to buzz you in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's probably taking his beloved F train. Voicemail. Mm-hmm. Went straight to Stephen. Where the hell are you? Taking the F train, no doubt. Well, when you show up tomorrow morning, please stop at that wine shop where the cashier sits behind bulletproof glass and buy a lot of something good.
Well, then he can swing by Lucali's because it's on the way.
No stopping to sign autographs. This is a state of emergency. I bet his phone lost charge.
Chris!
Roger, please.
SLA, Marjorie. Stop, listen, acknowledge. Dr. Lopez told you.
Put a cork in it, Roger.
Christopher takes a sip of wine, swishes it around in his mouth, then swallows.
I have to say, once you get past the fact that it's screw cap, this Peña isn't half bad.
Margie takes in Christopher's outfit.
Nice getup, Chris. Devin's latest influence, or are you going to a Halloween party later dressed as Richie Rich?
Don't mention that hipster twat's name in my presence.
Oh, yeah.
What?
None of your business.
He's suing Chris for sexual harassment.
Margie!
What?
I told you not to tell anybody.
Oh, please, it's Roger. He isn't anybody.
Thanks, hon.
No, you know what I mean.
And he's not suing me for sexual harassment. He's suing me for emotional distress in the workplace.
Same difference. Kill me. Hold the phone. Where's my glass? Oh, for Christ's sake, Chris, there's nothing left.
It was Roger, not me.
Sorry, hon.
There's some Bartles and James in the trash.
What did Dr. Lopez say about thinking about beyond yourself, Roger?
Yeah, Roger.
She said that about you.
Very disappointed, hon.
Why don't you take off your coat and stay a while, Margie?
What? Oh.
Margie removes her coat to reveal her torn and bloody stockings.
Hon, you're bleeding.
Fuck, no wonder my shins are screaming at me.
Christopher pokes at Margie's shins.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
I tripped on the steps of that fucking church. Look at my new stockings. God motherfucking damn it. Stop poking at it, Chris.
Margie tears her stockings open so they fall off her shin and dangle from her thigh.
I looked so great when I left the house tonight.
Now you look like a lady wino.
It's all swollen, hon.
You should ice it.
Roger, get me some ice. Here, wrap it in this.
She takes the black scarf from her coat pocket and unravels it. As she hands it to Roger, a cell phone falls to the floor.
Little shit dropped his cell phone, too.
Let me see that.
This isn't a scarf.
Margie hands Christopher the phone.
Who the hell uses a flip phone anymore?
Poor people.
Roger
I think
tries
it's
to figure
some
out
kind
the
of,
black knit thing.
Some kind of like a slingshot.
We should call the last number he dialed, find out who he is.
A hat.
Screen is locked.
Just, Roger, please, just fill it with ice and bring it here.
It's a hat. It's very clever.
Roger opens the freezer and reaches inside to search for ice.
That's no fun. Isn't there a way to override?
What the heck, Marjorie? Why is there a picture of me in your mother's refrigerator?
You're kidding me.
I thought she gave that up.
Gave what up?
She puts the deep freeze on people she can't stand.
No, that she's not particularly fond of. Don't worry. You're in good company. She kept a Polaroid of Daddy in there for the last 15 years of his life. Probably gave him the pneumonia he eventually died of.
I think he's
back in
still
the
in
freezer
here.
looking.
I think he's still in here. Ooh, stuck to a bag of chicken legs.
Consider it a kind of Arctic doghouse.
What did I ever do?
You married me.
Ha! Chris is in here too.
Chris!
That's impossible.
Come see for yourself.
Come
Jesus
on.
Christ, who's making such a racket?
It was Christopher.
It was Marjorie.
Where's Stephen? Isn't he coming?
He's on his way.
Luby turns to leave.
Well, wake me up when he gets here. I've got a splitting headache.
Mommy. Me?
What did I do to you this time?
You put me in the freezer with Daddy and Roger.
Let me see.
Luby takes the photo from Christopher.
I'm not saying I did, but if I did, you probably deserved it.
Yeah, but I'm your favorite.
I have no favorite. You're all my favorite.
There's only two of us.
I was born first.
Well, my picture's not in the freezer and yours is, so just saying.
Oh, no. You're in here too, Margie.
Ah!
What?
I do everything for you.
What everything?
Oh, considering you're never around, everything.
Things, Marjorie, just things.
Is this Mrs. Boconfuso?
Roger, get the hell out of my freezer. You're gonna wear out the bulb.
Very macabre, if you ask me.
I won't say it again.
You know who's not in here?
Roger.
Steven's not in here.
Oh, of course he isn't.
Steven? Oh, I love Steven.
What's the use?
When is Steven getting here?
Never.
Then I'm going back to bed.
What's the use of my driving you all over Kingdom Come like I'm your fucking chauffeur if I'm gonna end up in the fucking freezer anyway?
Fuckity fuck.
And all the while, I thought you were being a dutiful daughter.
I was, but this is a game changer. I won't have Siberian exile held over my head.
Marjorie's right. Down with Frigidaire.
Oh, stop. I'm an old woman. I have no idea of anything I do lately. I've been brushing my teeth with Preparation H for the last month.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, you can't fault me for absent-mindedly placing a few photographs in the icebox, can you? I mean, in my dementia, I must have mistaken it for the family album.
Well, they both have hinges.
Yeah, but this isn't new, is it? This is what you do ever since I can remember.
Emblematic.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, well, I've seen a lot of old movies, and whenever someone says, I'm sure I don't know what you mean, they very well do know what they mean.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Margie, since when do you watch old movies?
All the time. We're obsessed with them.
She's infuriating.
We become real cinephiles, haven't we, hon? Have you seen Bodsworth?
Dodsworth.
We've seen it like 10 times already.
Oh, it infuriates me the way she uses the senility card whenever she gets caught doing something inappropriate or mean.
Right, hon?
Which is always lately.
Oh, Marjorie, you always let me have too much power. What does that say about you?
You always take it. What does that say about you?
It's a terrific film.
As far as I'm concerned, Christopher, you're a huge part of the problem.
What a shocker.
Angelica Houston's grandfather is in it. What's his name?
Goading her on the way you do.
And Ruth Chatterton plays his wife.
Letting her get away with this behavior whenever it suits your agenda.
What behavior? She's just mommy.
She starts out real pleasant and sweet.
She's always been just mommy.
And then she turns into this really egregious person.
Well, she's becoming more mommy by the day. And if you were around more, you'd see.
I'm sitting right here.
Oh, we're going to harp on that again, are we?
Yes, we are.
She makes him think he's not cultivated enough.
Don't talk about me as if I were dead.
And he tries to change, but it's just not in him.
I wish I were dead.
And then in the end, Angelica Houston's grandfather runs off to be with Mary Astor in Naples.
Maybe then I'd have some peace and quiet.
I'm the one who has to deal with her on the day-to-day basis.
Ruth Chatterton gets left alone on the ship and she starts screaming, she's going abroad, she's going abroad.
He's gone ashore. He's gone ashore.
Right.
I'm tired of life.
Really terrific.
Who is?
Ruth Chatterton.
Is she in my freezer too?
No, she's in Bodsworth.
Dodsworth.
Bodsworth.
Wait, what?
Really a terrific film.
And don't think that lets you off the hook, Mommy.
Oh, so now I'm in the room. Where's Livy?
Don't change the subject.
Who's changing the subject? I'm concerned why my only granddaughter is not present. Is that a crime?
Possibly. Eventually.
She's at home packing. She'll come by later.
I'm 80. Later may be too late. Very considerate of you, if you don't mind my saying.
Oh, you're the one to talk. You've been asleep
Passed out.
in the family room while your guests have been waiting patiently in your kitchen, trying not to die of starvation.
You're not fooling anyone, Missy. I heard every word you said. Attacking an innocent young man whose only crime was caring too deeply about God's creatures, and then threatening him in a house of worship?
Wow, the old girl's got 20/20 hearing. Good for you, Mommy.
I'm ashamed of you, Marjorie. I really am.
I'm ashamed of you too, Marjorie.
Are we gonna eat soon?
Roger, please.
Why is Livy packing?
I told you already.
Remind me.
Oh, she's going to live with some guy out in Oregon, someone she just met.
They've been friends for years.
On Facebook.
They volunteered together at Yosemite for Vista. I think it's a very good thing. She's 23. She needs to have her own life away from us.
But why Oregon?
Yes, why Oregon? She could come live with me. She could have her own life away from you here. And you're only 20 minutes by subway.
I think that's a swell idea.
Oh, hell no. I don't want my perfectly nice daughter being corrupted by her manipulative and conniving mother. Grandmother.
Ha! You said
I
mother.
meant grandmother.
It's already decided. The ticket's bought. She's going.
She doesn't even have a job.
She does.
A waitress at a canna bar is not a job.
Wait, as in cannabis? There are bars for that?
And she's got a master's in urban sociology. She should use it.
Let's let her
Oh
decide.
my God, can we not get into this right now? Roger, please. We need to stay focused on the task at hand.
I didn't bring it up.
What task?
The very solemn occasion for which we were all gathered tonight.
I haven't the faintest idea. Is it my birthday again?
Ma, Daddy's ashes, the 5th anniversary of his death.
Oh, that.
Oh, yes. Oh, that.
Well, can we order Lucali's first? Because it's going to take a while.
No.
But it's getting late and there is no food.
Zip it, Roger. Zip it. You're like one of Pavlov's dogs.
At least they were fed.
Christopher opens the flip phone again, pressing random buttons to try and unlock the screen.
I was just thinking about Peña,
Who?
Chris's client. I think I have an idea how you could sell her.
It's not a cocktail dress, Roger.
And how do you sell a 60-year-old pixie?
Hear me out. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Pia Zadora?
Short.
Short.
Ingrid Bergman.
No, come on. Pia Zadora. Adorable, right? I mean, that's the one thing you can say about her is that she is adorable. Pia's adorable. Get it? Pia's adorable. Pia's adorable.
God, you're delirious.
I told you I was hungry.
Suddenly, there's a commotion in the outer hallway.
What in God's name is going on out there?
Stephen enters.
Sorry, I'm late. Hi, Raj. Hi, Margie. Luby, I need...
Hi, sweetie.
Hey, Stephen.
Stephen, come give us a kiss.
Chris,
I forgive you everything if you brought wine. You did bring
Sort of.
wine. That's not an answer that instills confidence.
Honey, what's wrong?
Something happened.
Does that something include crushed fermented grapes?
Luby stands up and puts the pictures back in the freezer while no one is watching.
Sort of.
Would you let him talk? He did this to me too. Wouldn't let me get a word out. He does it on purpose. You do it on purpose. Here, come here. Sit down, sweetie. Can I get you anything? A glass of water?
Perhaps some wine? Oh,
Oh, and
Wait.
very sorry again about lunch today.
It actually worked out fine. I had a meeting, may lead to some big prospects.
Oh, honey, that's terrific. We see you all the time in that 1-800 dentist commercial. So handsome.
Look, I was going to ask you about this. but I
Stephen,
haven't
the
yet.
coat.
Okay, so I didn't make it to the wine shop, but I did find a case sitting by the curb on Henry Street.
Stephen exits towards the front hall and returns carrying a box.
Ask and you shall receive.
It's perfectly good though, all unopened.
Is it Pinot?
It's Pinot.
11 bottles?
How did you know?
She was the idiot who set it down and forgot about it.
Not true. I was the idiot who left my trunk open so that some passerby could steal it, and they were the idiots who left it on the curb and forgot about it.
Or perhaps they didn't care for screw cap wine.
You didn't happen to notice a bag of groceries there as well, did you?
A loud moan can be heard from the outer hall.
Oh, what on earth was that?
Oh God, Luby, can I use your phone? My phone died, mine's dead.
See, never charges it.
Luby takes the phone off the wall and hands it to Stephen, the long cord twisting on the floor.
Sweetie, what's wrong?
It's crazy, this poor kid's been... Hello? I called earlier but my phone died? Yes, okay. It's crazy, this poor kid's been... Yes, that was me. Oh good, thank you. This poor kid's been... Carroll Gardens, union between Clinton and Henry?
Stephen, this poor kid's been what?
Attacked!
Attacked! Oh my God!
I don't like this neighborhood anymore.
No, I'm at my mother-in-law's house now.
I love when he says I'm at my mother-in-law's house.
555 Henry Street.
Right after President.
Right after President. No, he's not. Yes, I'll keep him here. Thank you. They won't be able to get her for a while. Apparently it's a high volume night for violent altercations.
Where is he?
In the sitting room.
He's not bleeding on my good furniture, is he?
Luby?
I mean, I hope he isn't in too much pain.
What happened?
I can't get the whole story out of him, but whoever did this beat him up and threw him into the bushes. He couldn't walk. I practically had to carry him all the way over here.
You carried him and a case of wine?
Ow, you're like Superman.
Poor kid's all battered and bruised.
Oh, horrible. How could somebody do such a thing?
It's terrible.
Margie had an altercation too.
Are you okay?
She assaulted some poor animal activist on her way over here to this solemn family gathering.
Hardly. I was verbally accosted by some punk because I wouldn't help him save a couple of cats from God knows what.
And you chased him into a church.
Yes.
No kidding.
Can you imagine? Nut job.
Crazy.
What's wrong, Stephen? Sweetie, you look sick.
Nothing.
Christopher takes out the flip phone again.
She stole a cell phone too. Oh, now I remember. Star, pound, and voila. Now we're cooking. And redial.
The cell phone in Christopher's pocket starts to buzz.
Give me that.
Margie grabs the phone.
Oh, it's ringing. Come on, you motherfucker.
What's that sound?
Nothing.
It's your phone, Chris. Aren't you going to answer it?
They can leave a message.
Voicemail. You've reached the message of... Oh, yeah, sounds like a real asshole.
Christopher grabs the phone back.
Maybe I should leave the message. Throw them off the scent.
What sense? I'm going to calmly say, I found the phone, and Chris, give me the motherfucking phone.
We hear a beep, then Christopher hands the phone to Margie.
Hello, you don't know me, but I found this cell phone and I was hoping you could let the owner know. Please have them call their own number and I'll make sure to answer. Thank you and have a blessed evening. I'll get you, you little motherfucker.
Christopher's cell phone pings a loud message alert several times.
You got a voicemail, Chris.
Yep.
Aren't you going to?
Nope.
This is my case, all right. What's that smell?
Jacob off stage.
Hello? I'm still here. You didn't forget about me, did you?
No, Jacob. 1 second, I'll be right there.
Who's that?
Panicking, Christopher takes up his coat.
Where do you think you're going?
Well, I have a thing. I forgot all about it.
Oh, the hell you do. You're not leaving me here to deal with mommy all by myself.
Jacob off stage.
Mister, I don't feel so good.
Stay where you are. I'll be right with you.
You're not bleeding on my good furniture, are you, dear? Roger, go check.
Roger starts to go.
No, I'll go.
Christopher starts to leave the room. Margie blocks his exit.
Over my dead body. Stay where you are. I'll go.
Stephen pulls Margie back violently.
No, I'll go.
You got any Advil or something? My head hurts. That hideous woman ripped a handful of hair out when she yanked off my hat.
Hold the motherfucking phone.
Mister? You there?
Are you fucking kidding me? Stephen!
He said some crazy lady chased him into a church with a bottle of wine. I had no idea that crazy lady was you.
Jacob, 20s, very handsome, dressed like a hipster, enters. He limps and has bruises all over his face.
Sorry to bother you, but I don't really feel...
Jacob sees Christopher.
Oh, hey, Daddy.
Margie takes a bottle out of the case to brain him with, and stepping out from behind Christopher, she throws the black hat at Jacob and rushes at him.
I'm gonna fucking murder you, you little twat!
Mother of God!
You nasty little fucker!
Stay away from me!
Jacob falls to the floor in the fetal position. Stephen rushes to him. Roger tries to restrain Margie. Luby gets up from her chair and moves to the fridge. Christopher takes a bottle of wine out of the case.
Margie, Chris!
You want a piece of me? You still want a fucking piece of me?
Chris!
Oh, you little shit, you little shit.
Roger drags Margie out of the room towards the family room. Christopher unscrews the bottle of wine and pours himself a very full glass. Luby opens the fridge and sticks her head inside.
Who the hell drank all of my goddamn wine coolers?
Luby slams the fridge door shut and the lights bump to black. Scene 2. A little later, the same evening. Stephen has Jacob seated on a stool and is inspecting his wounds. Margie, looking a little more put together, is standing over them angrily. Christopher stands by the fridge with a glass of wine in hand, staring daggers at Jacob and Stephen. Luby is in her chair sipping a wine cooler. Roger is covertly talking on his cell phone and looking guilty.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
He's scratched up pretty badly.
I didn't touch him.
You tried to strangle me.
Okay, there was that.
And smash my head in.
Okay, there was that too, but I didn't. God, what's that smell?
Listen, you two, we need to sort this out
Give it a rest, Stephen. You're not a real dentist.
before the police arrive.
The police?
You called the police?
Call the police?
Who do you think I was on the phone with?
An ambulance. You mentioned something about an ambulance. I got like 30 unpaid parking tickets.
I didn't know it was you.
It wasn't.
It was.
This isn't happening.
Margie
Roger.
notices Roger on his phone.
Roger.
Okay, but don't ring the bell. Just text me.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I was just checking messages, see?
Someone's calling you.
It's Libby.
Well, she better be calling to say she's on her way.
What happened after my sister-in-law left you in the church?
I heard her leave.
Livy, we're waiting on you.
You sounded like you were having a heart attack.
I was. I haven't run like that since grade school.
You ought to exercise more.
I will, Stephen. I promise.
Yes, Steven's here.
It's just there's never any time.
You have to make time.
Yeah, I know. You're so right.
And you are 50.
I am not 50. How dare you?
Well, he's a little busy at the moment.
I'm 40-10.
I watched her.
Which is 50.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
There's been a little incident.
I watched her go down the street and turn the corner.
Do you smell that?
Little did I know she'd sneak back around and ambush me.
Oh, I wish it had been me.
Your mom.
Well, there's a word for someone like you, who hangs around starting fights with innocent people. Roger.
Rabble-rouser.
Rabble-rouser.
Rabble-rouser?
Yes, you're a rabble-rouser.
Yep.
Roger high-fives Stephen.
Cool beans, guys. Hey, what do you say we meet back in the sorority house later and braid each other's hair?
Christopher high-fives the air.
What were you even doing in this neighborhood, huh? Mr. Rabble-rouser from Gravesend?
Jacob looks at Christopher.
I was visiting a friend. Maybe you know him.
You know what I think?
Yes, it's tonight.
I think God got you back for saying those horrible things to me.
I'm sorry you forgot.
Did he tell you what he said to me?
Nana's expecting you.
Yeah, I bet you left that part out.
I'm expecting you.
I'm expecting her. He said he wished I'd die of cancer.
I didn't say that. You misheard me.
Oh, what did you say then?
I said, I wish you lived a life of a dancer. Then you'd know what it's like to suffer.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm sorry, Livy, no.
Okay, I said it, but you took it the wrong way.
There's another way to take it? What is wrong now?
Her friends are throwing her a surprise going away party.
Well, if she knows about it, it can't be much of a surprise.
If you know about it, it can't be much of a surprise, she says.
You can't go around wishing terminal illness on people and expect them not to react negatively.
Not to mention the karmic repercussions, if you catch my meaning, young man.
Not to mention it's morally reprehensible. What is that smell?
She says she didn't know about it until she told them that she couldn't go.
Well, this is a going away party of sorts too, and she needs to be here.
Your mother says that you... Oh, you heard her.
What about you, though?
What about me? I was minding my own business, not bothering anyone.
That's just it. People go about their business, blind to all the suffering in the world. Suffering is everyone's business.
Who was suffering? Those cats?
Yes.
Oh, bullshit. For whatever depraved reason, you. Jesus, it's you. You stink.
Marjorie, there's no need to get personal.
No, I mean, he literally smells. How can you not smell that?
But why don't you come here first?
What is that?
Nothing.
I don't think that's gonna fly with your mother.
Is that cat piss? Why do you smell like cat piss? See? The cats didn't want to be rescued. You harassed me and you harassed those cats.
Not true. They sprayed me as a gesture of kinship, their way of initiating me into their pack.
The Clouder. That's a group of cats, Clouder.
Stephen high-fived Roger again.
I smell it now.
Yeah, I think I can taste it. He should probably leave.
What he needs is a long, hot shower. Libby won't mind.
Why not ask Luby and find out?
Christ, Mom, you scared the crap out of me. I thought you were asleep.
Only lying in wait.
Christopher takes Jacob by the arm.
I'll show him where the shower is.
Jacob breaks away.
No, I don't want you. I want Stephen.
Is she coming?
I'm still negotiating.
There's nothing to negotiate.
Oh, let her go.
Excuse me?
I said I'll take you.
I want you to take me, Stephen. I'm still afraid. Please?
Jacob nestles up to Stephen.
I think he may still be in shock.
Yes.
Let her go to the party.
Well, what happened to inconsiderate?
I was commenting on how she was raised. She's like a weed that took too well. Nothing you can do about it now, short of ripping her out by the roots and tossing her into the incinerator.
Stephen gathers up Jacob's things.
Come on, buddy. Let's go get you into a hot shower.
Stephen leads Jacob out of the room.
Buddy, everybody's his buddy.
Margie grabs Roger's phone.
Libby, I want you here within the hour. No, I'm deadly serious.
Just let her go.
You can hate me all you like. I'm your only mother and you're stuck with me.
I'm not even sure I want to spread the ashes tonight.
What?
You're kidding.
Well, it's not up to you.
You realize I had a thing I said no to be
Libby,
here.
I don't care what Nana just said. Nana's holding on to sanity by a thread. Within the hour. Goodbye.
Margie hands the phone back to Roger, then turns on Luby, who tries to leave the room.
We're not through discussing this, Mommy.
I'm through discussing it.
This has been planned. This is what Daddy wanted after he died, but you keep putting it off.
Look, maybe she's not ready to let go, hon.
Well, screw her. I'm ready to let go.
Just the sort of selfishness I'd expect from you.
Marjorie, lay off.
No, Chris, you can't be absent from her life 90% of the time and then charge in here like the fucking light brigade whenever you feel like it.
Stephen enters.
Got him set up with a hot shower.
Your buddy?
What's going on?
A Nazi interrogation.
Stephen takes a spray bottle and paper towels out from under the sink and gives the seat Jacob was sitting in a thorough disinfectant wipe clean.
You started drinking so much. Why? Why all of a sudden?
And why Bartles and James?
Marjorie, please. I'm tired.
Luby starts to leave.
I think she's depressed.
Margie grabs Luby.
Old woman, you are not leaving this room until I get some answers.
Marjorie, let me get by.
Marjorie, lay the fuck off her.
Chris, Don't talk to her that way.
Shut up, Roger. Don't tell me how to talk to my own sister.
I'll tell you how not to talk to my wife.
Oh, yeah, that's a joke.
Chris,
What did you say?
You heard me.
You're an a-hole.
That one of your fancy new words, Roger? High five.
okay, everyone, let's all take a deep breath.
Mommy, I'm asking you a question. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Where are the ashes? Where?
Margie leaves the
Where are
room
you
abruptly.
going, Marjorie? You stay out of my things, Marjorie!
She's moved everything out of my room. Since when?
Your room?
Well, if you were around more, you would have known that she moved into my old room after Daddy died.
Why not my room?
Where are Daddy's ashes, Mommy? Upstairs?
Marjorie Teresa Horn!
Piccolo!
Do not disturb my things! Do you hear me, Marjorie?
Luby is suddenly weak.
Luby, here, come sit down.
Don't let her rummage through all my things. They're not up there. He won't come back. Please, Stephen, he won't come back.
Who won't come back?
Oh,
Who?
I'm just so tired. Why won't you all just go away and leave me in peace?
Luby grabs
Not
Stephen's
you.
hand.
Not you, Stephen.
Where are they? Where are they, Mommy? I swear to God.
She's confused, Marjorie. Show some consideration.
Well, what about Daddy, huh? He's been sitting in a box for 5 years, waiting. You know what? You've had your period of revenge, Mommy. Someone you never really cared for, made his life a living hell when he was alive, and now you're going to deny him a peaceful death?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Let him go, Mommy, please. I'm begging you.
I don't know where he is.
Oh, yeah, right.
You mean you lost him?
Yes.
See?
Oh, Christ, are you all so blind? She hid him.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Yeah? Well, okay. We're gonna go look for him. All of us. Yeah, we'll find him if we have to tear the whole goddamn house apart. How does that grab you? I am serious. I'm serious. Everybody get going. Chris, search your old room. Roger, get the attic. Stephen, check the linen closets, bathroom, and the study, and I'm gonna take Mommy and Daddy's room, and then we're gonna hit downstairs.
The doorbell rings. Ding dong. Everyone looks in the direction of the front door.
Who's that?
It's the police.
No, it can't.
Margie, you better hide.
Why should I hide? I didn't do anything wrong.
What about those tickets?
Oh, God, I forgot about the tickets.
Quick, hide in the crawl space under the stairs. We'll push the bookcase in front of you. That ought to hold you.
You're an idiot.
It's not the police. I called him when I was upstairs and told him it was a false alarm.
They believed you?
Of course they believed him. He plays a dentist on TV.
Then who is it?
Shall I go see?
Please.
Stephen exits towards the front door as everyone watches in anticipation.
Shoot. I'm on silent mode again. Shoot.
What?
Stephen returns holding 2 pizza boxes.
Roger, pizza delivery.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I told you I was hungry. Stop, listen, acknowledge, Marjorie. Gosh darn it.
He's waiting to be paid.
Everyone changes focus from Roger to the pizza on the counter, realizing that they are hungry. Roger, assessing the situation, decides to take one of the pizzas with him.
Gosh darn it.
Roger exits towards the front door. The others crowd around the pizza boxes as the lights bump to black. End Act 1. Act 2. Luby is sitting in her low chair in the kitchen alone, sipping a Bartles and James. The open pizza boxes, along with 2 or 3 empty bottles of wine, clutter the island's counter. After a moment, Jacob enters wearing a blue terry cloth robe, his socks, and his black knit hat with the long ears hanging down. Luby looks up from her bottle.
That robe looks nice on you. It was my husband's.
Stephen said you wouldn't mind.
I don't.
Where is everyone?
Tearing my house apart.
Why?
You're trying to find something.
What?
What is this? The Inquisition?
Jacob eyes the pizza.
Oh, go ahead. I don't think anyone will notice.
Thank you.
Taking a slice, Jacob eats it ravenously.
Hungry, aren't you?
I haven't eaten in a while.
Why?
No reason.
It's none of my business. I get it. Who am I? Just the woman whose dead husband's bathrobe you're wearing. I'll make you a deal. You tell me, and I'll tell you.
Tell me what?
You first. Wait, you want a wine cooler?
No, thanks.
Oh, it'll be no trouble. I'm getting one for myself. They go great with pizza.
Luby stands and walks to the refrigerator, then passing it, digs deep down into the trash bin, pulling out 2 bottles of Bartles and James. She unscrews the tops and hands one to Jacob, who sniffs it suspiciously. She sits back down and takes a swig.
Now then, come on, honey. Spill, it'll be worth it. I promise.
I was staying with friends, sleeping on their couch, and they kicked me out, changed the locks on me.
What did you do?
Nothing.
There must be something you did.
Nothing.
Honey, what's your name?
Jacob, with a Q.
Well, Jacob with a Q, there's an old Italian saying I'm very fond of. Non puoi stronzate un bullshitter. Need me to translate?
Nothing happened.
Okay, if that's the way you want to be, I'm not telling you my story. Not only that, take off my husband's robe and give me back my wine cooler.
In shock, Jacob silently puts the wine cooler on the counter and takes off the bathrobe, leaving him standing in his underwear, socks, and knit hat.
Oh, honey, I was only kidding. You can keep the wine cooler.
Luby takes the robe, hanging it over the back of her chair.
You're mean.
I suppose I am. My husband's ashes. I hid them.
Why?
We're supposed to spread them tonight. Go to Red Hook and at midnight dump him into that cold, dark water. It's what he wanted, but I can't bring myself to do it.
You must have loved him very much.
When he was alive, he was the bane of my existence. I suppose I was his too. A day didn't go by we didn't tell each other to drop dead.
That's awful.
I guess it was our way. A funny thing, though. One day, he actually did drop dead, and suddenly, I don't know what to do with myself.
Why did you hide the ashes?
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I suppose when you die, your soul or your energy or whatever.
Good Lord, it's a yes or no question.
Yes.
Well, right after Xander passed, he started to visit me at night, asking me to come away with him. Scared the pants off me at first, so I moved into Marjorie's bedroom.
What did he say?
What do you mean, what did he say? Luby, darling, they make a bowl of pasta fagioli here so good you'll die. No, he beckoned to me. Like this, with both arms, beckoning, like Bob Marley's ghost.
So why hide the ashes? Maybe if you get rid of them, he won't return.
I moved back into our bedroom the day after I turned 80. I mean, I thought 80 is old enough, a good round number, right? And I'm tired. Maybe I miss Xander a little too. So I packed a suitcase and set it by the bed, give the cats a little extra food just in case no one finds my body for a day or two, and I go to sleep. That first night, no Xander. I figure it's been a while. Maybe he doesn't know I'm back. Maybe he forgot where we live. Wouldn't be the first time. So I give him a sort of a grace period.
And
It's been a goddamn month.
maybe it's a sign.
Oh, damn straight, it's a sign.
I mean, maybe there's something you're left to do on this life before you cross over, some secret purpose.
Oh, screw that. He's having an affair.
Oh, you're serious?
I suppose you think it's just a coincidence that Angela Boconfuso died this past July.
I had no idea.
I'm sure she's up there right this minute, distracting him with those gigantic breasts of hers. Putana verganosa. So, I keep the ashes, maybe as insurance. Maybe he can't go nowhere without them.
My parents kicked me out when they found out I was gay.
Terrible. A parent can do that to their own flesh and blood. How'd they find out?
They walked in on me giving a blowjob to my cousin.
You should have locked the door.
Yeah, well,
My son is a gay, Christopher.
I know.
And Stephen.
Oh, I love Steven. I figured. He's so nice.
Oh, I love Stephen. So, what happened to the cousin?
That's who I was living with. Turns out you can wear out your welcome no matter how good you are at sucking dick. Excuse me.
In my day, we used the term fellatio, which to me always sounded like a cut of deli meat. So, why'd the cousin kick you out, seeing as you were being so accommodating?
His wife didn't care too much for me staying there after she walked in on us.
You really got to start locking doors. So this is why you haven't eaten? What about a job?
I worked at a gym, but I got fired for fooling around in the sauna. I may have a problem.
No shit, Sherlock. So, you're a homeless sex addict without a job. Any prospects?
I had one, but I'm not sure it's going to work out now.
My son, I have eyes. I also have extremely good hearing.
He said he would help me transition into movies.
Transition? From what?
Amateur live video.
You know what I think? I think you rely on that face and figure of yours more than what's up here. You're a biscotti.
I am a Scorpio.
It's a cookie dipped in chocolate, a biscotti. This thin layer of sweet wrapped around a cookie that tastes like someone soaked it in lemon pledge.
I don't like those.
Exactly. What you want to be is a cannoli. It has that ugly shell on the outside, but inside.
I am not ugly.
Don't interrupt. Inside, it's filled with sweet, creamy ricotta. Capiche? The cannoli gets the bigger payoff.
I get a payoff.
An allowance is all that is. A small gratuity? Nothing substantial, or you'd be eating more regularly. I know something about this. Easy to be thrown out with the trash, but no one values.
You're the one to talk. You're old and mean, and your children can hardly stand you. No wonder you want to die.
Very true. I guess you and me, we're just a couple of stale biscotti with our chocolate licked away.
Stephen enters and immediately starts straightening up the counter, folding pizza boxes, rinsing out the wine bottles, putting plates and glasses in the sink. Stephen sees Jacob's face.
Everything okay?
Our young friend here is homeless. Did you know?
I did not.
I slept in the subway last night with smelly people who smell really bad.
Well, we won't let that happen again, will we, Luby?
No, we won't, because he's staying here with me.
I am.
Us biscotti gotta stick together, am I right?
That's very generous of you, Luby.
Please, I'm being selfish, really. This is a big house, and God knows I'm so bored all the time. It would be a treat to have someone around to keep me company. And also, it would piss off my children.
Well, it's still very sweet of you.
While we're at it, maybe we could persuade Roger to hire our friend here at one of the stores?
I'm sure we could.
What if you die?
Luby's not going to die for a very long time.
At least I can wait a few months.
If it's not inconvenient.
Jacob lunges at Luby, smothering her in an embrace.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's enough. Quit it.
I want some of that.
Stephen grabs Luby around Jacob, pressing himself up behind him. Jacob is in ecstasy. Luby angrily pushes them away.
Get off me, both of you, honestly. Now, tell me something. My daughter, she didn't throw you in the bushes, did she?
No.
Thank God.
I was gonna come clean.
Who did?
2 old ladies with Chihuahua.
The Galetta sisters, Sophie and Sylvia.
One hit me over the head with a cane and the other shoved me into the bushes.
That would be Sylvia. She won a silver medal at the Helsinki Olympics. Shot put or sumo wrestling. I can never remember which.
This is not a cat-friendly neighborhood. Seriously.
Stephen pats Jacob on the head.
What are we going to do with you, buddy?
Jacob pats Stephen on the chest.
What would you like to do with me?
Okay, there'll be none of that. Quit it. Hey,
Luby smacks Jacob.
let's see if we can't find some clothes for you to wear. Stephen, Chris ought to have something upstairs that'll fit him. Maybe go look.
Right? Good idea.
Stephen exits.
Don't you even think about it.
What?
Don't give me what. You're looking to become a cannoli, not gobble down someone else's. Capish? I'm serious. You go cold turkey in my house.
Jeez. Okay.
Now cover yourself up. The less temptation, the better.
Luby throws the robe at him, but it falls short, and Jacob has to bend over to pick it up. She laughs admiringly.
What?
Nothing. Love your hat.
Jacob puts the robe on.
I made it myself.
I love the floppy ears, like Pluto.
There's a loud crash which startles the both of them.
God damn it, Marjorie! I told you to leave my things alone!
Luby opens a drawer in the island counter, taking out a meat tenderizing hammer. Christopher enters, carrying a large box.
Guess what I found?
My way!
Luby pushes Christopher aside and exits.
Uh-oh.
Stephen enters, carrying a pile of clothes.
What's Luby doing with a meat tenderizing hammer?
Margie! She's got the hammer! She used it on us when we were kids.
What?
She hit you with that thing?
Oh, shit! Mommy!
Well, she wasn't fast enough to actually make contact. We'd basically lead her on a chase up the front stairs and down the back until she got tired and stopped for a cigarette.
Christopher sees the pile of clothes.
What's all this?
Stephen to Jacob.
Some clean clothes for Jacob to wear. Here you go. Something ought to fit you.
Hey, those are mine.
Christopher takes the pile from Jacob.
You're going to begrudge this poor guy something clean to wear?
I think what he's wearing is just fine. Sort of a Muppet-inspired Cleopatra thing going on.
Marjorie enters running. Christopher holds up the box.
Hey, Margie, look what I found.
You know better than distract me when Mommy's chasing me with the hammer. I don't remember her being this fast.
She exits.
Chris?
Christopher hands the pile back to Jacob.
Fine. Knock yourself out, Cleo.
Stephen pulls out a pair of jeans.
Here, buddy. Try these.
Luby enters the kitchen with a hammer,
I used to be able to fit into those jeans.
then exits towards the front hall.
40 years ago.
Watches Jacob put on the jeans. They fit perfectly.
I used to be able to fit into those jeans,
40 years ago.
and I suppose you could.
Listen, I'm the first to admit the older I get, the harder it is for me to stay in shape.
Not you. You're built like a superhero.
Not really.
Marjorie.
She's crazy.
rushes
She's crazy.
to the kitchen.
Absolutely crazy. Look, Stephen, I'm exercising, running laps.
She exits out towards the front hall again. A moment later, Luby enters. She stops mid-kitchen, counts to 5, then turns around and heads out the way she came in.
Mommy, cut it out. That hurts.
Someone better put a wedge between those two.
Off you go, Superman.
Me? Okay.
Stephen starts to leave.
You gonna be all right, buddy?
What am I gonna do? Murder him?
Mommy, quit it.
Off you go.
Stephen exits.
I'm gonna murder you.
What did I do, Daddy?
Don't give me that daddy shit. What the hell are you doing here?
I was hurt. I needed help.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have needed help if you hadn't been stalking me.
I wasn't stalking you. I was walking a whole block behind you, and I didn't mean for you to see me.
That's what stalking is.
No, it's not.
It's exactly what stalking is. Google it.
You promised to help me transition.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you need talent to do something like that.
I have talent. You said I did.
Yeah, well...
I want to transition. You promised to help me transition.
Stop saying that.
Stephen will take me seriously.
Is that what this is about?
I don't know. Is it?
You know what? You're leaving right now.
Your mother said I could stay.
Not if I have any say in the matter.
You don't.
Luby enters with a broken meat hammer and tosses it back in the drawer. Mommy! Fine, but don't come running to me if you wake up one morning murdered in your sleep.
That would be a blessing.
No.
And don't think Marjorie won't have something to say about this either.
Oh, Christopher, you ought to know by now. I don't give a flying crap what you or your sister think. And maybe you shouldn't care much what I think either. Solo diando.
Yeah, you're 53 years too late with that bit of motherly advice.
Oh,
Marjorie
fuck.
enters.
Mommy, look what you did to my arm.
I did that?
Oh, what is going on in here? Chris, why aren't you looking for Daddy's ashes?
Because I found something even better. Christopher picks up the box and holds it out to her.
What's that box doing in here?
It's for Roger. Roger? He was asking about them.
Put that back where you found it.
Roger enters with a paper bag covered with grease stains.
Asking about what?
Oh, you'll see. Roger, where is he?
I'm right here.
What's in the bag?
Fried chicken, want some?
Oh, am I the only one looking for Daddy's ashes?
No, I found this box.
Yes, Chris, it's a box. It's a box. Suppose you tell us what's inside.
No.
That's the surprise. It's full of Luby's animals with acne.
Oh, God, get it away. Get it away.
Old girl never throws anything out.
I told you to put that box back where you found it.
Well, let's see what we've got here. Zebra scarves, giraffe golf club covers, fish head hats, bird-like creature things. And what is this? Christopher pulls out a large tea cozy.
Christopher, I won't say it again.
Roger takes the fish hat and examines it.
I know I could sell these. How many do you think there are altogether?
Oh, for God's sake, Roger, you can't be serious. They're ugly as sin.
That's why they'll sell. They're unique.
Can I see?
Aren't they expecting you back in Bellevue?
Your mother invited our friend here to stay with her as a house guest in this house.
Hell no. Well, you know what? Wait, good. They deserve one another. The two of you deserve one another.
Judas Iscariot.
Now he can drive you all over the place.
Benedict Arnold.
I don't drive.
That other traitor.
Mordecai Vanunu.
And run your errands for you, and do your chores, and scrub your toilets.
You do no such thing.
And then maybe I can spend some of my time on me.
It's not like that would change anything.
Oh, how dare you? I am over here all the time.
You don't engage me. You order me about, you criticize, and then you leave. Your visits are very stressful.
Fine. Then it works out for everyone.
Yes, it does.
I don't drive.
Stephen enters.
Jacob, I had to put your clothes through another wash cycle. This is the third time. I can't seem to get the smell out.
What's this he's wearing then?
Chris's old jeans.
Really? Wow. Oh, Chris, what happened?
Okay, that does it. Christopher takes a pair of his old jeans out of the pile and takes off his slacks.
Oh, this ought to be good.
Christopher puts one leg into the jeans, which only fit up to mid-thigh before they get stuck. Jacob looks in the box.
Animals with acne. Oh, I get it.
These are really fantastic. I think with the holidays coming up, we could probably sell the whole lot.
Trying to balance on one leg, Christopher puts the other leg into the jeans, which gets stuck mid-thigh too. He starts to jump up and down to force the jeans above his thighs.
How about we discuss this first before you start making unilateral decisions?
I'd like to do this for her. Give her something to look forward to.
Roger to Luby.
Can you make more of these if I need them?
Oh, put them away.
Christopher is standing with both legs in the jeans just below his waist. He can hardly move. Why don't you give them away as a kind of promotion, one with every Joseph Abood suit you sell, you know, to distract from the actual quality of the suits?
You told him about the suits?
Very funny, Chris.
I told you not to. I told him not to.
They're perfectly good suits.
Christopher takes one final tug and the jeans slide up to his waist, but the zipper won't close. There! I told you I could fit into these. He poses arrogantly. The jeans look ridiculous.
Look, those suits are fine for your customers, but Christopher is used to a higher quality.
Really, Roger, you can't expect me to go into a meeting with a Marty Scorsese or a Steve Spielberg wearing a suit that might reject me and fall off my body at any second.
It's a suit, you idiot, not a bone marrow transplant.
You know what? Screw you, Chris.
Excuse me?
Screw you.
Roger steps towards Christopher, who backs up awkwardly. Quit it! Roger steps forward again. Christopher steps backwards and, losing his balance, grabs onto the island counter for support. I said quit it!
I'm not doing anything.
Roger steps forward again with more force, and Christopher falls onto the floor.
It's just a suit, Roger.
It goes way beyond the suit, and he knows it.
Very true. Christopher's been pushing your buttons for as long as he knows you, Roger. And this is the first time you had the guts to push back. Bravo!
Thanks, Mommy.
My dear darling boy, I love you more than life itself. But sometimes you can be a real stronzo.
I don't have to sit here and take this. He tries to get up, but cannot. Somebody help me up.
Roger, help him up.
Oh, God, no. The last person I want help from is Roger.
Too late.
What did you say?
Roger.
What does that mean? Margie, what does he mean?
I don't know, nothing.
What do you think I mean?
Roger, please, please, we need to stay focused on the task at hand.
Is the task at hand, Marjorie. I am the task at hand. SLA. Stop, listen, acknowledge.
Roger storms over to the bag of fried chicken and lifts the bag to find it empty, sees Luby and Jacob finishing off the last of the fried chicken, and crushes the bag into a ball.
God Christ, mother freaking darn it.
He takes his coat and storms out of the room.
Roger? Oh my God, he's gone ashore. He's gone ashore.
Margie runs out after him. He's delusional.
He's wonderful. I'm taking him out of the freezer.
Luby does so. Jacob holds up the tea cozy.
What is this, a dinosaur?
Christopher from the floor. Stephen, help me up.
That wasn't nice, Chris.
Yeah, well, maybe he'll think twice next time he tries to push one of those lousy suits on me. Pull.
Stephen yanks on the pant legs and drags Christopher violently across the kitchen floor. The jeans don't budge.
Stephen, take it easy.
Sorry.
Christopher attempts to wriggle out of the jeans. Jacob shaking the tea cozy.
Hey, there's something in this thing.
Put that back.
Oh, and
Christopher
thank you, Christopher, for being the complete asshole I always knew you could be.
What is this?
He lifts off the tea's cozy to reveal a metal box. Luby makes a sign of slitting her throat.
Oh, ew.
He quickly puts it back in the box.
I hope he didn't mean what I think he meant, because you promised.
Oh, I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Is he going to be all right?
I don't know.
Luby to Jacob.
You, come over here and sit down.
I think so. I hope so.
Bring that box with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Jacob struggles with the box.
Let me help you with that, buddy.
Stephen picks up the box easily.
Thank you, Stephen.
I could use a glass of wine. Any takers? No? All right, no, more for me.
Stephen holding the box of animals.
Where do you want this?
Anywhere, just not in here.
Stephen tries to step around Christopher, who is still sprawled out on the floor.
Stephen, just leave it where it was. God forbid something is not in its proper place.
Luby asked me to.
Well, I'm telling you to leave it.
Stephen
Okay.
puts the box back down.
Mind your own business, Christopher. Stephen, if you would.
Stephen picks up the box again.
Just leave it, Stephen.
I asked him to move it. Stephen?
How about I'll just put it over here, out of the way?
That's fine.
No, it isn't.
Jacob to Stephen.
You're in some really good shape.
Stephen setting the box down on the floor.
Not really.
You must work out.
Not often.
I work out.
Christopher, pulling the jeans off, stands triumphant in his underwear.
Christopher, put some clothes on. I don't need to be looking at that.
No, the human body is a beautiful thing. Love it or leave it.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Luby gets up as if to leave, but makes her way over to the box with knit animals, Christopher putting on his clothes.
You know, I could have been at a thing tonight, but instead I came here, into the bosom of my family, only to be ridiculed and insulted.
What thing?
I love your body.
Like a beautiful winter pear.
Need I point out that I just fit into jeans that I wore in high school?
Nope, it's burned into my retinas. I kill me.
Margie takes a gulp of wine. Luby, struggling with the box of knit animals, finally lifts it up and carries it out of the room. It's so big she can hardly be seen. See where she's going.
What thing?
Yeah, what thing?
A work thing for Peña, a Peña thing. What's so funny?
Nothing.
Finally, Stephen gets the joke.
What joke?
You, Chris, that joke.
Don't tease him, Margie.
Who's teasing? I'm perfectly serious.
Margie?
I said serious.
I don't need you to defend me, Stephen.
I'm not defending you. I'm trying to prevent this from escalating into something that it's not.
Too late.
Oh, is Mr. 1-800-DENTIST getting upset?
Chris, give it a rest.
Ooh, hit him, Stephen. Do us all a favor.
Offstage, Luby drops the box and it rattles as it falls down the stairs, landing with a loud crash. No one pays attention.
God damn it, Christopher! I told you to leave my things alone!
Mr. Non-union wannabe celebrity.
Stephen tries to leave, but Christopher blocks his way. In doing so, he sloshes his glass of wine on Stephen.
Chris!
Oops. I'm sorry.
Christopher does it again.
Yikes. I am so clumsy.
And pear-shaped.
You're laughing at me again?
No!
Once again, Christopher motions to pour his glass on Stephen, who grabs Christopher's hand.
Chris, stop it.
Christopher pulls away, accidentally dumping the glass down the front of Stephen.
No.
What? Say it. I can see it's eating away at you. Say it.
You're not going to make me the bad guy, that's all.
Stephen grabs Christopher's glass out of his hand, pours it into the sink, rinses it out, places it on the drain board, and exits.
What are you, 12?
Christopher to
Yes.
Jacob.
What are you looking at, Cleopatra?
The only thing Cleopatra about me is that you're an ass.
That was good. That was good. I don't like you very much, kiddo, but that, my friend, was a step in the right direction.
Christopher lunges at Jacob, who rushes out of the room. Luby enters covered in a film of dust. She opens a cabinet under the sink, gets on her hands and knees, and searches for something.
You're hateful.
Yep.
Seriously, Chris, he's yours. Stephen is yours, and you do everything in your power to drive him away. I am in awe of that.
There are always extenuating circumstances.
Stupidity? Is that one of your extenuating circumstances? Because other than that, I can't think of anything that justifies the way you treat him, like a dog. Worse than a dog, because a dog would have the good sense to take a bite out of your ass.
You treat Roger the same way, huh? Snap your fingers. He's there to serve you, wagging his annoying little tail behind him.
I don't.
Oh, you do. Let's face it. We're both the proud owners of some pathetic breed of mongrel.
Except mine broke his leash and ran away.
Good riddance.
No, not good riddance. Bad riddance. Terrible riddance. Look, say what you want about Roger, but he is dependable. He is constant. He is loyal.
All the qualities you'd want in a Cocker Spaniel. Hey, top me off.
The irony is he values imperfect things, which, ta-da, he must be the reason he loves me so much.
Irregular. Like it's supposed to be special in some way. It's flawed, for God's sakes, Margie. What's good about that?
You know, I won't even get my clothes from the store. 100% discount, the pick of the inventory. And instead, I go and I spend a lot of money somewhere else, even though I know it bothers him. And he never says a word about it.
Oh, then we agree to agree.
God, you're right. I am undeserving. I gotta pee.
Margie grabs her wine glass and another bottle, then exits.
Hey, why don't you just pour the bottle down the toilet? Save yourself the trouble of having to drink it.
Shut up!
Roger enters, eating from a bag of donuts, sees Christopher and Luby, ducks out of sight, and listens.
This is a rare mood tonight, even for you. What's wrong?
Nothing.
My dear darling boy, I know when you're full of crap. And right now, it's coming out of your ears. Bill.
I'm having financial difficulties.
How bad?
We can't afford to keep the apartment anymore. Bad. All my clients followed that hipster twat Devin when he left me.
Why haven't you said anything?
Oh, you know me. I don't like to complain.
I have a little money set aside. It's not a lot, but you take it.
Thank you. But I'm sure it won't be enough.
There's the lottery ticket.
Luby opens her change purse, taking out a lottery ticket, and hands it to Christopher.
You won the lottery?
Not yet, but I'm due.
Luby catches sight of Roger.
What about Roger?
Roger stiffens. Luby shakes her head at him and winks.
What about him?
Why not ask him for the money?
I wish everyone would stop trying to shove Mr. Perfect down my throat. I'm so sick of him.
Beggars can't be choosers. And don't mind if I tell you, I think you sell him short.
Rather wait for you to win the lottery.
Powerball's up to 85 million.
Luby goes to the closet on the far wall and starts rummaging.
What does Stephen say about all this?
Stephen is under the impression that everything is fine.
Those glasses rose-colored enough for you?
I mean, even if I did tell him, which I think is a terrible idea, it wouldn't solve the problem of where we're going to live.
Stay here with me.
Oh, Lord, no.
The two of you can have my bedroom and I'll move back into Marjorie's.
What about my room?
I gave your room to the kid. Boy, we're going to have a full house.
But I want my room.
It's only a twin bed and it'd be too small. Where the hell did I put that piece of crap? Ah, here it is.
Luby takes a dustbuster from the closet, plugs it into the wall, then sits and waits.
Maybe I'll sell Roger those animals after all.
Marjorie rushes in, having heard Roger's name. Roger steps further back out of sight.
Roger, is he here?
No, and I wouldn't blame him if he never came back.
Thanks, Mommy.
Luby removes the dustbuster from the charger and exits with it. Jacob enters and looks through the bags and boxes for more food. Margie watching Jacob eat.
You look at this one, stuff his face. Where does he put it all?
I used to be that skinny. I used to be the one everyone wanted.
No, you weren't.
Christopher to Jacob.
Fuck you, buddy.
And Christopher storms out of the room. Margie takes a sip of wine. The sound of a vacuum can be heard.
What is she doing now? Mommy, what on earth are you doing?
Nothing. Stay where you are.
Marjorie and Jacob sit in silence.
You didn't attack me.
No shit.
You did chase after me, though.
Chase with intent to scare, not to scratch, bruise, and or bloody.
You could have fooled me.
Well, I guess I did. So who?
The Galetta sisters we figured out?
Oh, even I wouldn't fuck with them. Seriously, on my craziest, most chemically imbalanced menopausal day, I would turn ass and run the other way if I saw those two women coming at me. Karma is a beautiful thing.
No, it's not.
Luby enters, takes out a broom with a dustpan attached, then exits.
What?
You didn't really want me to rescue those cats, did you? Wow, it's a pretty fucked up way of asking for help.
Wait till you've been told no more times than you can bear. You get pretty creative.
Well, kiddo, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire with my mother.
She's not so bad.
Yeah, you know how with the vaccine they inject you with some of the same virus they're trying to kill?
No.
Well, I'd keep my fingers crossed if I were you.
Stephen enters wearing one of Christopher's old shirts that fits very tightly.
Look at the two of you, not threatening each other with bodily harm.
Holy cow.
Holy cow is right.
It's one of Chris's old t-shirts. It's a little tight on me.
I think it looks amazing.
Speaking of the dear darling boy, what was that all about before?
Hey, Jacob, do me a favor. Go check on your clothes.
But I want to stay in here with you.
Oh, isn't that precious?
Please. They'll be done soon. Put them in a dry for me.
Okay.
Jacob starts to exit.
He's afraid Chris is hiding in the laundry room ready to spring out at him like the Walking Dead.
Jacob returns abruptly.
He won't. I promise he won't.
Suck all the brains out of him.
Margie?
Stephen points the way.
Just through there and down the hall to the end.
Jacob exits.
Ooh, this must be good, sending the children out of the room.
Marjorie, you've got to stop teasing Chris. I know you're only having fun.
I wasn't having fun, Stephen. I was in earnest. I see the way he treats you.
He doesn't really mean it.
Are we talking about the same person? My brother, Christopher, pear-shaped guy, shoe polish hair, about yo high?
He has his sweet moments, I assure you.
Name one, $5.
When we're sleeping.
Oh, you mean when he's unconscious and not talking?
No, when we're laying in bed, I'll think he's asleep, right? But then I'll feel his toe moving up and down the arch of my foot, very gently. That's the real Chris. That toe, reaching out, trying to make some kind of connection in the cold darkness.
Seriously? I mean, I guess that, nah, you're full of shit.
Luby enters.
I cheated on him.
Luby exits.
No fucking way. Who?
Some guy I shot my commercial with.
Which one? Not the old guy.
No, the young guy in the chair. I'm teaching him how to floss.
Holy shit. And
I tell him how it lowers his chances of gingivitis by 85%.
no, and how did it happen? The cheating.
We went out for a drink.
And
And one thing led to another.
And
And there's no more ands. Suffice to say, I have no business pointing the finger at anyone.
Luby enters the kitchen holding an old-fashioned Polaroid camera.
Stephen, you're human after all.
The flash goes off, the camera ejects the photograph, she tears it off and waves it.
I was beginning to worry about you.
She puts the photograph in the freezer and exits.
I'm going to be sick.
Luby returns with a small metal box, a plastic bag, dustbuster, broom, and dustpan. She sits and proceeds to empty all the contents into the metal box one at a time. No one pays any attention to her.
This is so fucked up. Chris knows? Of course he knows. Why else?
Christopher enters.
Chris knows what?
Spies Roger.
Roger, what are you doing over there? Hiding?
Roger steps into the light.
No, I was.
Roger, where?
Margie turns around to see him.
Hon, are you okay?
Roger comes forward, opens the grocery bag and removes a sandwich wrapped in deli paper, a large bag of potato chips, a jar of pickles, and a half-eaten bag of donuts. Roger unwraps the sandwich.
Yeah, I'm a little hungry.
That's so unlike you.
Shut up, Chris. Hon.
Jacob enters and stands beside Stephen.
I want to apologize for my outburst earlier. Sorry, Stephen.
No worries. I was on your side for that one.
Luby.
Oh, please. I got a kick out of it.
Margie,
I know these people are toxic. After tonight, we never have to see them again.
Let me say this, okay? That store is who I am.
No.
It's all I am, really.
No, it's not.
It is. Look at it from my perspective. I don't know a lot about where I came from, right? My family history doesn't go back any further than that tragic plane crash.
What tragic plane crash?
Roger's parents died in a plane crash.
Didn't Sheila?
No, his birth parents. Sid and Sheila were his adoptive parents.
Grandparents.
Jesus, this is confusing. And they were killed in a plane crash?
Yes.
Yes.
That is tragic.
Luby continues to empty the dustbuster.
Oh, boo-hoo. It happened over 50 years ago.
Margie coughs violently from the dust Luby is kicking up, emptying the vacuum into the tin box. It starts to get everywhere.
What on earth are you doing?
Luby tries to hide the box.
Nothing.
What's all this?
Potting soil.
Christopher picks something off the floor.
What the hell is this? Oh my God. Is this Daddy?
Maybe.
Chris drops it.
Mommy, what the fuck?
He spilled all over the family room. I had to use this piece of crap vacuum to get him out of the carpet. Oh, Christopher, I hope you kept the receipt.
Are you sure you got all of them?
I asked for a Dyson for my birthday and you got me this dustbuster. Answer the question yourself.
Oh, so this is my fault.
A Dyson has cyclonic technology.
So does a dustbuster.
Just hold the goddamn dustpan so I can sweep up the rest of him, of your father.
Maybe we should all do this another time, considering he's not all technically here.
Good point.
Oh, hell no.
Margie grabs the vacuum from Luby.
Make your peace with Xander now, Mommy, because this is happening tonight. If I have to suck him up with a straw.
She hands the vacuum to Christopher, who hands it back to Luby, who holds up her hand and turns her head away in a grand gesture.
What's this?
I'm not speaking to him.
To who?
To who?
To whom?
Not unless he explains himself.
Explains what?
Luby.
Leave me alone. Why don't you all just leave me alone?
Luby grabs Stephen's hand and pulls him close.
Not you, Stephen.
Mommy, I am losing patience.
He hasn't come back.
They all look to Jacob.
Who?
Xander.
Oh my God, is that why you moved back into your room?
Must be.
What are you talking about?
Shortly after Xander died, he started to visit Luby at night so she moved into Margie's old room.
Mommy,
What did I do to you now?
you just offered me and Stephen that room 5 minutes ago.
So?
What for?
So?
He doesn't want you. He wants me.
It blows my mind how you managed to make our mother's desire to end her life all about you.
Chris, why is Luby offering us her room?
It doesn't matter anyway. He hasn't come back. I've been back in the room for almost a month.
A month? How did I miss this?
And I suppose it's just a coincidence that Angela Boconfuso drops dead and suddenly your father is nowhere to be found.
That's absurd.
Take your father's side, as usual.
Wasn't she the lady with gigantic tits?
Yes.
Yes, and they were down to her knees by the time she died. She might have tripped over them. You were at the funeral. You saw. Hold the phone. Is that why you spend so much time up at the casket?
Did you notice the way she was dressed in that low-cut blouse? Too seductively.
For a corpse?
I couldn't trust that bastard in life with that woman. What makes you think I can trust him in the afterlife?
This is insane. You're insane.
Christopher?
Angela may have his soul, but I've still got his body. Well, most of it. And I'll be damned if he's going anywhere without me.
Ruby grabs the box out of Margie's hands, places it on her chair, then sits down on top of it.
Take note, old girl. I can lift you and that box pretty easily, so don't think I won't toss the both of you into the harbor tonight.
Marjorie, leave it.
No, Roger, I'm not letting her get away with this.
I said leave it.
Margie stops dead in her tracks.
Now come over here, sit, and stay.
Margie obeys.
Chris, what do we need Luby's room for?
Wow.
Tell him, Christopher.
Boy, did it get hot in here or what?
Chris?
You can't afford your apartment anymore. You have to give it up.
Mommy,
What happened?
I really don't want to get into this now.
He lost all his clients.
Mommy,
All of them?
they followed that little shit, Devin, when he left me. If I'd known that was going to happen, I would have pretended to like him.
What about Peña?
She won't return my calls.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Why did you wait so long to tell me? I could have helped.
Really? With what? The paltry salary you make at the gallery? Oh, wait, you quit the gallery.
Stephen looks to Roger.
Can I?
Can you what?
I don't think this is the best time.
What's going on?
It was going to be a surprise. I just signed a contract to be the spokesperson for a chain of retail stores. It'll mean TV, print, the web, everything.
Honey, that's terrific.
And what chain might that be?
Here we go.
Rogers Irregulars.
What?
I thought so.
We talked about expanding, right? Opening another store in Herald Square if things keep going as well as they've been. So why not vamp up our image and put a face to our brand?
My face.
Hon.
Where the hell do you get off butting into my affairs, Roger?
Our affairs.
No, I can't. It's too easy.
What's the advantage of having capital resources if you can't avail them to conjugal relations, your co-commitment most esteems?
They all stare blankly at Roger.
It's what family does, Chris.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. Roger is not, nor will he ever be, my family.
Yes, he is, Chris.
He is.
And we sure as hell don't need any of his handouts.
Don't you think that ship's already sailed?
Marjorie,
What?
you promised.
Well, where do you think I get it, Chris? I have no money that isn't Roger's, especially to the tune of $20,000.
Fuck me.
I'm paying back every penny.
Nobody said you weren't.
Wait. What happened to That's What Family Does?
You flushed it down the toilet.
Come on, Chris, I thought you'd be pleased. Maybe we can keep the apartment now.
Maybe you can, you mean?
Is that what you really think?
Oh, come on. I'm not useful anymore. I'm like some old workhorse you send slobbering off to the glue factory.
Oh, whoa, the fuck is you? Oof, am I being loud? I'm being loud, aren't I?
Luby, can we get some coffee in there, do you think?
What flavor?
Luby clicks on her coffee machine, takes out a box of pods.
Anything that's fast.
They're all fast. It's these pod things.
Chris, I think you...
Another useless gift.
She pops a pod into the coffee machine.
Chris, I think you might be underestimating Stephen a little here.
So do I.
Nobody asked you.
In more ways than one.
At least 2 ways, maybe 3. Wait, hold the phone. Which ways are you counting?
Well, let's see. First, he's a very talented actor.
Good, that's 1.
And he's a loving, committed partner if you don't...
Okay, now there, definitely there then, because you're not counting his affair with the Twinkie.
Excuse me?
That's the right word, right? Twinkie?
Marjorie!
What? You said he knew.
No, he definitely does not know. Did not know.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
I was going to tell you.
I thought you knew.
Nope. Nope. You happy now, Roger?
How is this my fault?
Standing there, silently judging. You never liked me.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Who?
The guy from the 1-800 commercial.
What? Oh, the old guy with the dentures.
No, the young guy with the floss in the chair.
That kid?
Yes, that kid.
Not a kid.
He's 23. He's a kid.
What? Is there anybody who doesn't know?
Jacob raises his hand.
I said I was sorry.
He did. He said he was sorry, so you have to forgive him. God, I cannot feel my feet.
Luby, how's that coffee coming?
Almost done.
Guy with the dentures I could handle. Go on a gluten-free diet, smooth the wrinkles out a little bit with some Botox, maybe get a tan. I could pass for 30.
I thought we determined that was a load of crap.
But how do you expect me to compete with fucking 23?
I'm not asking you to.
So you're not upset that Steven's cheating in general, just that it's with a younger, more beautiful guy. That is seriously fucked up.
Luby hands Margie the coffee.
Okay, Marjorie, here you go. Drink up.
Margie takes a big gulp.
Oh, Jesus, Mommy, it's boiling hot.
I'm sorry. Did you want it iced?
Chris, this is all on you. I never asked you to change.
Actions speak louder than words.
What about your actions? The way you talk down to me, the way you've been distancing yourself, the way you've been fooling around behind my back. Well, not really behind my back.
He indicates Jacob. Margie spits out her coffee.
You gotta be fucking kidding me, kiddo!
Stephen, I think it is in very bad taste to bring up my transgressions while we're discussing yours.
I am absolutely gobsmacked right now.
Ooh, good word, hon.
You knew who I was before you brought me here?
Not right away. But once I got you into the light, I recognized you.
Recognized him?
You have his picture all over your phone. I guess if I needed to be absolutely sure, you could have shown me his dick for verification.
I would have if you'd asked.
So that's why you just happened to be in the neighborhood.
I was waiting.
I told you not to.
I had nowhere to go. I have nowhere else to go. You promised to help me transition.
What in God's name?
Don't ask.
But you called the cops.
Well, actually, I didn't call the cops. I faked all that.
Wow, you were really convincing.
Yeah, you sure had me fooled. See, Christopher, Stephen is a good actor.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Come on, Chris.
What's this got to do with the fact that you're fucking some teenager behind my back?
Margie points to Jacob.
Hello.
Margie.
Just trying to keep it real.
Margie grabs a bottle of wine and pours herself a glass. Roger immediately takes the glass from her and pours it into the sink.
It's got nothing to do with you, to do with it. I thought in some fucked up way it's what you expected of me. I'm ashamed of myself. But Christ, Christopher, take some responsibility for it.
What are you even doing with me?
I've often wondered the same thing.
Marjorie.
come on. I mean, we're all thinking it. Look at him.
But it's true, Stephen. I mean, look at me. I'm this barely above average looking middle-aged glue horse. And look at you.
Chris.
I cheat. Yes, I cheat. Okay. But I mean, can't you see I'm drowning? I'm a drowning man. I don't expect someone like you to understand.
You're not the only one who's drowning, Chris. No matter who's at fault, we're both of us underwater right now.
Stephen reaches out to Christopher, who moves away.
Chris?
Boy, I didn't realize just how screwed up the two of you turned out.
Yeah, well, whose fault is that?
I'm not denying your father and I had a hand in it. But to be completely honest, and this is probably the great lesson of my life, once you reach a certain age, get over yourself. Christopher, my dear darling boy, what in God's name is the matter with you? You have someone who loves you unconditionally. What are the odds that you'd be lucky enough to find someone like that? Seeing that even your own family would have you fine-tuned here and there.
Tell me about it.
Shut up, you. People in glass houses shouldn't cast the first stone. So, Christopher, don't mind my saying, you could be nicer and a hell of a lot more thankful to everyone. Chris, are you listening?
Yes.
Don't be too hard on him, Luby. He's had a real tough time of it lately.
Stephen, you're so understanding. I love you so much. I could eat you up. Come here.
Luby holds her arms open to him. He approaches for an embrace. She slaps him in the face.
Don't you ever cheat on my son again, do you hear me?
Luby,
Just say, okay.
Okay.
Enough said. Such a good-looking young man.
Luby turns to Jacob.
You, kiddo, come here.
Jacob steps back, covers his face.
Please don't hit me.
Who said anything about hitting? Now come here.
Jacob steps cautiously towards Luby. She slaps him in the face.
Don't be so trustful of people. No, now. House rules. You're up by 7 o'clock. Breakfast is at 8. I like my eggs over easy, a little runny. Dinner is at 5 o'clock. The Mentalist comes on at 6. If you're going to watch with me, you're going to keep your mouth shut. Capiche? Oh, Roger, you think you can find a place for kiddo here at one of the stores?
I think so, sure.
So that's that. A little discipline will get you on your feet in no time. Oh, and one more thing. No blowjobs, period. My last warning.
Jeez. Okay.
Luby turns to Margie and Roger.
Now, the two of you.
Uh-oh, run.
Stay right where you are. Big Mouth, why did you marry Roger over there?
It's a trick question.
Answer me.
Because he asked?
With all that hot air that's been pouring out of you all evening, that's the best you can come up with?
I told you it was a trick question.
You forgot. I'll remind you. You needed him. You needed to make a family with him, to grow old with him. You couldn't think of anything else that made sense. Am I right? You might not understand, but when your father and I were younger, we felt the same way about each other. So much so that one night we just ran away and got married. Il corso del vero amore. Crazy, right?
Not at all.
But then life happens, things shift. You get older, you create a history. You disagree, you get jealous, you fight bitterly. You do things you regret. You move along day to day in a sort of irritation in tandem until one of you drops dead.
This supposed to be a pep talk?
It's only then that you realize, Margie, Roger has his own business. He's put your child through school. He's given you a home and all the comforts you've ever wanted. I think he's done all right for you and for Livy.
Yes, he has.
Luby slaps her in the face.
Oh, Mommy!
So keep that in mind when all the other shit starts to fly, because that's all it is. Just a big pile of poop. Nothing that's really important. Roger knows what I'm talking about.
I do.
Good old Roger.
She holds her hand up to Roger. He flinches, but she only pats his cheek.
All joking aside, you may very well be the most irregular person I know, considering my old regular person wouldn't come close to understanding such a fundamentally simple thing. I know I'm right about that.
Luby
Oh,
pushes
and-
Rogers away. Then she slaps Christopher's face.
Oh,
I meant to do that earlier. Marjorie, I changed my mind about Xander.
Luby puts the ashes on the counter.
Do what you want with him. You could flush him down the toilet for all I care. No, I don't mean that. Do what your father asked. There's still time.
Yes, right now, let's go.
Didn't we think about eating before it gets too late?
I haven't eaten a human-sized meal in 6 months.
Order a few pizzas. You can pick them up on the way back.
Is Lucali still open?
No.
Try Armando's. They have amazing calzones.
Okay. Hey, Roger, you can pay for all this if you like.
Oh, no. This is my treat.
Luby takes out her change purse and opens it. She hands a roll of bills to Jacob.
I'm sending you as my proxy. I don't think I'm up to saying goodbye. The finality of it, you understand. Make sure these kids don't get out of control.
Okay.
Getting emotional, Jacob grabs Luby, hugging her tight. She pushes him away and slaps him in the face.
Another outburst like that, and you'll find yourself back on the street again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who wants what?
Pepperoni.
Ugh, it's not bad enough I'll be sleeping in my childhood bed. You expect me to eat with him too?
Come on, Chris.
Christopher, what did I say about being nicer to people?
Christ's sakes. Okay.
Order me a calzone with sausage and mushrooms.
Jacob to Luby.
Aren't you having any pizza?
Me? No, Jacob. I'm going to bed. Roger, if you want those animals, come by tomorrow. We'll talk business.
Fantastic.
Stephen?
Something plain and gluten-free.
I mean, really? Why bother?
Luby to Jacob.
You, kiddo, you can sleep in Chris's old room. The sheets are newly made. He'll show you where it is. Remember to be up by 7 or I'm coming in with an air horn. I have no locks on my doors. Not that you'd use them anyway.
Oh, shoot. Livy tried to call.
Luby hears something, looks around.
What is it now? Such a racket.
Margie, they don't have calzones.
Yes, they do.
I'm on the phone with them. I think they'd know.
Luby looks up, smiles.
Oh, hello, Xander. Long time no see.
Livy, where are you?
Thanks. You're looking good too.
Margie grabs Roger's phone.
Libby, I'm sorry, and I want you to do whatever makes you happy. This is your mother.
Yeah, it's been a rough night, but you'll get there.
No, I didn't hit my head.
Roger grabs the phone back.
Livy, you're grounded. It's your father.
What? Right this minute?
You knew how much this meant to your mother and to Nonna.
Margie grabs the phone.
Livy, go ahead and enjoy the party. We'll discuss it later.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. They need me.
Roger grabs the phone.
No, we won't discuss it later.
That's neither here nor there, but I'm gonna try and make it right. I did?
I said you're grounded. No arguments.
They don't?
No, I did not hit my head.
Give me that.
Margie takes back the phone.
I can? What do you know? Kiddo was right. Huh.
For Christ's sakes, Margie.
Hold on. Pineapple and prosciutto. Oh, and I guess anchovies.
I didn't catch that last part. Oh, you're kidding. Oh boy. Hang on a second. Christopher, you still have my lottery tickets?
Yes.
Well, don't lose them. Xander, dearest, I want you to know that I've forgiven you. You forgive me too. Isn't that nice?
Roger?
What for?
I'm not hungry.
Oh, really?
You're just full of surprises tonight, Roger, aren't you?
Not the one who went running after that big-breasted putana the moment things got a little tough.
Luby takes the ashes off the counter and sits with them on her lap.
Xander, I guess I'll see you when I see you then.
Okay, we got one meatball and black olives, one plain gluten-free, one pepperoni, and one pineapple, prosciutto, and anchovy for the pregnant lady. That ought to do it.
Xander, wait. Don't go. Please, dearest. I'm sorry. Me too, Xander. Me too, mi amore. Tesoro mia.
Luby kisses her hand and touches it to the box of ashes.
No, we'll be paying cash. No, picking up.
What? Oh, no, thank you. We're ordering pizza. Maybe some other time.
Yep, we'll hurry. Okay, people.
Really? Why didn't you say so in the first place? You know I can't pass up a good bowl of pasta fagioli.
Luby hunches over dead, embracing the ashes.
Hey, we better get cracking. Armando's closes in an hour. Mommy, are you sure you don't want us to bring you something back for you? Come on, Mommy.
They all look at Luby.
Oh, Nana fell asleep in her chair.
Poor old girl. Must have been dead tired.
Oh, yeah, I'll text you a picture. Aw, she looks like an angel almost. I mean, when her mouth isn't running.
Like mother, like daughter.
Fuck you. Did you get it?
She looks uncomfortable.
I can move her to the couch.
No, I hate to disturb her after the night she's had. Let her rest in peace.
Christopher to Jacob.
And don't think I didn't see my mother slip you that wad of cash.
She put me in charge.
Hand it over.
No, she left me at Stephen.
Fighting him off, Jacob pinches Christopher, who winces in pain.
Ow, you're such a brat.
Hold on a second. Chris, shut the fuck up. You're gonna wake up Mommy.
He started it.
Did not.
Did too.
Stephen takes up Christopher's camel coat and holds it out for him.
Chris?
Christopher hesitates, then accepts the gesture, slipping his arms into the coat.
Too old for this.
Yes, you are.
Bitch.
We both are.
I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you.
Okay.
Stephen steps forward and kisses Chris. Jacob looks on, disappointed. Seeing this, Stephen nods his head towards Jacob.
What about?
Hell no, we are not keeping him.
Oh, please, please, please. I'll take care of him ever so well. I'll feed him, I'll water him, and take him on long walks. I think we owe him something. Christopher?
Oh, all right. You may stay, but I'll be keeping my eye on you.
Christopher starts to exit.
Your mother already said I could stay.
Christopher stops in his tracks. Stephen to Jacob.
For the love of peace, just say thank you. Please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Christopher exits with a display of exaggerated dignity.
Let's get going, buddy.
Stephen exits. Jacob rushes out after him.
No, I never said I didn't want you to move to Portland. That was your father. No, don't tell him I said that.
Roger holds out Margie's coat.
Said what?
Nothing, girl talk.
Margie puts on her coat and turns out the lights, then turns them back on.
Hold the phone.
Roger looks at her.
No, literally, hold the phone, please.
She hands the phone to Roger. Marjorie approaches Luby quietly, then gently pries the box of ashes from her grasp and kisses Luby on the forehead. Marjorie and Roger quietly exit, shutting off the lights, which fade to black. The end.
Nice try, Mommy. Oh, shit. Shit. I forgot the last line. God damn it. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who was able to join us this evening to watch this presentation of David Adam Gill's Irregulars. We apologize for the technical difficulties that we had, but we thank David Michael Kirby for stepping in as he did, and making sure that the show went on, as well as thanking David Adam Gill, the playwright who stepped in to read stage directions while David Michael Kirby was performing. This is Zoom. This is Facebook Live. This is our new reality. We worked around it, but we're very grateful for those of you who bared with those technical difficulties. And we hope you enjoyed this presentation as much as we did in preparing it for all of you to see. David, do you have any? I would like again to thank our cast. I'm going to just name them again in case you missed at the very top. We have the amazing Kim Reinle playing Marjorie. We have the lovely Carolyn Seiff playing Luby, Todd Butera as Roger, David Michael Kirby reading stage directions and also understudy and performing the role of Christopher, David Adam Gill, our playwright, pictured as well here, and as well as stage directions. We have John Peña Griswold, who played Jacob. We have Mark Hofmaier, who played Christopher.
Why should you get my name right? Missed half the second.
I missed the first part of your name, the easy part. Mark came out as Mock. Mock.
That's
I've
me.
always said, all of a sudden I'm from Brooklyn.
I'm from Long Island. Mock.
Long Island. And then we have the wonderful Sean Phillips, who played the role of Stephen. Thank you all so much for your time and your talent. I'm now going to turn things over to Mr. David Adam Gill, who might have some closing words. You're on mute, David. You're going to have to.
Oh, good. That's good. That was fantastic, people. I thought it was so entertaining. And yes, it's Zoom, and yes, things happen. And we just persevered and went through, and it was so fun. It was a lot of fun. And with the props and everything, I was just, and the slaps had me, I was literally on the floor. That was so great.
She packs a wallop.
Yeah.
She does. Thank you, David Michael Kirby, for the sound effects. Well done.
Again, yeah, absolutely. This was just so much fun. And thank you, everyone who tuned in to watch us. This will be on our YouTube page along with all of our other content. So please go on and subscribe. I think after this, we are going directly to YouTube Live in the future. So that's where you're going to want to be in order to see our plays and our readings and The Great Escapism, which is our audio plays, and the interviews and all that. So next Friday, speaking of, we have Friday Night Footlights #9, and Mark Hofmaier is the curator and the director of that, and he's gonna tell you a little bit about that.
And hopefully the internet won't give out, but that's no problem because I'll only be reading stage directions and filling in and understudying should it happen to anybody else, which you never know, it might, right in the middle of the big scene. So anyway, it's what a model this is. Happy to work within it, but it is frustrating at times, and And thank you, David Michael Kirby, for filling in so admirably until I was able to log back on. So anyway, yeah, next week we'll be doing this wonderful play by Lillian Hellman, an amazing playwright. And boy, does she tell it like it is. And we made some judicious cuts of some things that would be perhaps offensive now, although this woman was writing from her gut about something she knew about a time period she really knew about, and she wrote it the way it was. We will be modifying that slightly, but we will present the play intact so that you will get the full sense of it. And very excited about it. So yeah, next Friday night, tune in. The Little Fox.
So that information is going to go up as you can catch it on our Facebook page and on the bulletin board. But we will send out the link and for our YouTube page so you can subscribe and watch it all there. And then again, that content is available from now in forever. And so that's it. We're going to say goodbye from Carroll Gardens, Brooklyn. Thank you for joining us. And it was nice to have you in Luby's kitchen. Okay, take care, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Ready?